Good evening. My name is Dr. Ashish Manohar, and in the series of how to achieve sustainable development goals and how to go to moon, Mars, and beyond, we are going to discuss SDG2 this time. Last time we discussed SDG1. So, what is this Sustainable Development Goal 2? What are its targets and indicators? And what are the needs for the course corrections after the pandemic? That also we are going to discuss. Okay, so what is SDG2? It is the end of the hunger, achieving food security, and improving nutrition and promotion of sustainable agriculture. That is SDG2 in short. Now, in 2020, due to pandemic with added woes, almost 2.37 billion people are sleeping without food and are suffering from malnourishment too, as per the 2021 SDG report. Hence, a course correction is definitely required for the target 2030. Now, what are the targets and indicators for SDG2? Target 2.1, as it is the SDG2, it will be 2.1. The first one, ending the hunger and getting nutritious food access throughout the year to not only infants but all the inclusive population living normally or even in facing the vulnerable situations like pandemic or earthquake or tsunami, whatever it may be. Okay, so that is the target 2.1. Now, what are the indicators? Indicator 2.1.1, that will be the first indicator, prevalence to the undernourishment. You know, it is a proportion. In India, 15.9%, that is almost 219 million people, almost one sixth of the India's total population, 1.38 billion in 2020, went in food security. They were insecure of food in 2020 due to the woes in pandemic, that is the added woe. Another example is it was 10.5% in USA. Almost 13.8 million were food insecure even in USA. Okay, that is indicator 2.1.1. Now, indicator 2.1.2, that is prevalence of food insecurity as per the food insecurity in experience scale. Okay, that is what we call as FIES. If you go to FAO website, you'll find this. There are 12 months in an year, and if each month, each day, if you feel that you are facing these 8 problems, whether you are going without enough food to the sleep, then have you got the healthy and nutritious food? Second question. Then you ate only few kinds of foods. For example, somebody is having staple food as rice and they are eating only rice, nothing else. Then had you skipped the meal once in a month or once in a week or something like that, or every day even? You ate less than through you thought you should have? It is the next question. There are 8 questions. Your household ran out of food. You were hungry but did not eat. You went without eating the whole day. These are the 8 questions they ask. And if in FI survey module they find that they are facing this one among the 8 problems, then you are food insecure. That is what they claim. That is the indicator as well. Now, target 2.2. This is ending all kinds of malnutrition at all the levels in men, women, children, and all inclusive population. Okay, then what are the indicators? Indicator 2.2.1 is prevalence of stunting. Stunting means if a child is not growing properly at particular age according to WHO standards, then is said to be stunted in his height. That is the first indicator. That child should be under 5 years age. Okay. Then next one is prevalence of malnutrition. If child under 5 years age has weight to height ratio is plus 2, in between plus 2 to minus 2 deviation, then that is a prevalence of malnutrition. Third indicator, 2.2.3, is prevalence of anemia among women and women under age 49 and from 15 to 49, between age 15 to 49 years age. They should be, having proper food so that they have proper blood requirements. Now, target 2.3, it is doubling the agriculture production and income of agriculture and pastoral dependent people. They are living at the bottom of the pyramid, including women, marginal family farmers, indigenous people, and pastoralists and fishers. They will get knowledge, inputs, financial support, market and opportunities for value addition for non-farm employments as well. So if all this knowledge is available, they develop the skills, and then doubling their agriculture production and income is the target here. Then what are the indicators? Indicator 2.3.1, because it was 2.3. First one is volume of production per labor unit by farming class. Labor unit by farming class. Volume of production per labor unit for pastoral. And volume of production per labor unit by forestry enterprise size. Marginal farmer or middle level farmer or large farmer. I mean, that kind of things are there. Then indicator 2.3.2 is average income of small scale producers, and target is to grow their income by 2030. Small income, marginal farmers are there, or a laborer is there, a farming laborer is there, then his income also should grow. Okay, that is the target 2030, and it needs course correction because of pandemic. Okay, then target 2.4, ensuring sustainable food production system with resilient farming practices to improve efficiency and effectiveness in farming activities that could prevail in extreme climatic and weather conditions. Okay, ensuring sustainable food production system, and it should be robust. Now, what are the indicators? Indicator 2.4.1 is proportion of agriculture under productive and sustainable agriculture. How much proportion of agriculture? Agriculture is there, but proportion of agriculture under productive and sustainable agriculture. Okay, that proportion. Then target 2.5. This target was to have traditional seed bank of agriculture and even fair and equitable access to genetically modified seeds by 2020. But again, pandemic may push this work further. We should have, I've seen a lady having a traditional seed bank. She's almost 80 years old, and people, they who want to grow organic food, they go to her and take those seeds and sow into their farms, and they get the traditional the food they want. I mean, many a times they want certain food grains, traditional, by organic farming. They go there, go to her, she gives it to them, and they grow it. Okay, then there are also targets to share knowledge of diversity of domestic animals and wild species, and utilizing benefits for internationally agreed norms. Internationally, this everything, this knowledge will be shared, so that diversity of animal kingdom and species kingdom, in fact, can be maintained on the Mother Earth. Indicator 2.5.1, conservation of plants and animals medium to long term. Now you should know, indicator 2.5.2, that which are the animals which are under risk, which are at medium risk, and which are on the verge of extinction. Then only we can take preventive measures and save them from extinction. Diversity already we discussed. that should be maintained on the Mother Earth. Then target 2.A, increased investment and international cooperation in agriculture research, extension, technology services, livestock, gene banks, in fact, at so many places in the world, to enhance the capacity of agriculture in all the nations. But focus will be particularly on the the bottom of the pyramid. I mean, least developed countries, which are mostly dependent on their own agriculture as a local food source. They don't have that much money to for importer and send for, they cannot export sometimes. So all those conditions have been taken care. Now indicator 2.A.1, agriculture orientation index, AOI, for government expenditure. This AOI went down from 0.52 in 2000 to 0.45 in 2010, but again it is picking up and it is increasing globally from 0.45 in 2010 to 0.53 in 2019. Again, agriculture orientation index is taking a pace. Now, it's a proportion of, what is that AOI? It is the agriculture share of government expenditure divided by the agriculture share of GDP. So now what are the indicators? Indicator 2.A.2. Total official flow to agriculture sector in India was 7.3, China 9.6, and Bhutan was 12%, while Malawi spent almost 18%, highest in the world, of its GDP on the agriculture. It is indicator 2.A.2. Okay. AOI is 0.53 in 2019, and agriculture expenditure is almost 7.3 in India, 9.6 in China, and highest in Malawi, 18%. It is agriculture state, Malawi, small country. Now correction is required. In fact, 2030 target has to be achieved after pandemic. Now, target 2.B, that is correction and prevention of agriculture subsidies, elimination in trade restriction as per Doha Development Round. And what is the indicator? Agriculture export subsidies. But there are people, including many scientists in many developing and underdeveloped nations, as per the previous norms, they are against removing the subsidies, and there are people who are supporting removing the subsidies. So views and counter views are going out throughout the world, but now Doha Development Round is there and they are trying to overcome all these problems. Now target 2C, to prevent the extreme food price volatility, adoption of sound market system and information flow is required. Otherwise, and in fact, skill development and the education to the farmers is required, and that is, I already told last time that almost 60% of knowledge from lab to the land owner farmers and the ground level farming goes in India. So 40% farmers never come to know and will know if 60% continues in future. So we have to increase that to 100% farmers come to know about latest farming knowledge. Now, then next is target 2.C, to prevent the extreme food price volatility, adoption of sound market system and information flow is required. So information flow we talked. Now about extreme food volatility. Sometimes it happens that the prices goes from $10 to suddenly to $1, or sometimes $10 to suddenly to $20. So this abnormality has to be prevented. Okay. Then target, what is the indicator? Indicator of food price anomalies, IFPA, that is what I said, abnormal or irregular or strange volatility of price over short period. That is what we talk. This is all about the SDG2 targets and indicators and need of the course correction after the pandemic is definitely required. As always, we request everyone that let us try to achieve sustainable development goals and let us take human being to many places in the universe, moon, Mars and beyond, so that humanity prevails forever and we live forever. I mean, human civilization. Otherwise, what will happen? Like dinosaurs, we will also be extinct very soon if you don't take all these measures. If you have any suggestions, you are welcome. Thank you very much.